So I recently purchased a M&P shield and I wanted to install XS big dot sights on it. And one of the reasons I purchased this shield was the same firearm store, the same gun store that had this M&P also had the XS big dot sights for it in stock. So I just grabbed them both together. They gave me them at a good price. And I came home and started to install them. But I managed to damage the rear sight on the XS big dot sights. Now you're not going to be able to see it, but I stripped out the screw, or I got the screw lodged there in the back of this XS big dot sight. And so 3.5 days ago I called XS big dot sights and I said, hey, I've damaged the sight. Can you ship me out a new one? And I just went out to my mailbox and this lovely package was in my mailbox with the brand new rear sight and all the tools and stuff that I would need to install it. And I just want to give XS big dot sights, some publicity, because I really am very, very impressed with their customer service. So what I have realized is now that I have this one that I damaged and I have this one that I have not damaged and hopefully won't, what I didn't realize is that this screw, okay, this little set screw that's in there, that's actually the damaged one. Yeah. Okay. This little set screw can be screwed down. Okay, it comes out like so. But the threading does not go all the way through the top, meaning you cannot pull this set screw out the top. That's actually quite innovative the way XS Big Dot Sights has done that. Once you slide the sight in and set the set screw, even if the set screw would become loose, you don't lose the set screw. It doesn't fall out because the threading does not continue. And so I didn't realize that on my Glock 26 XS Big Dot sights, these screws were installed from the top down in. Okay, and so I thought that that's the way this set screw worked on the M&P Shield sights. But that is not the case. This set screw actually comes out the bottom. And so what happened is, as I was trying to get that set screw out of the top of the sight, I got a little frustrated, and so I took my screwdriver, sorry, I took my Leatherman here, and I grabbed it and I just forced it until I heard a pop, and I stripped out the top of the little hex head. Okay, and that was a problem. That was a major problem because now I wanted that set screw to add additional tightness. I called XS Big Dot Sights, like I said, 3.5 days ago and talked to them about it, and they said, you know, I think it'll actually be all right, but we'll send you a new sight. And they didn't charge me anything, and 3.5 days later, after I have talked to them, I get this package. And so XS Big Dot Sights deserves for you, my viewers and subscribers, to realize that they take care of their customers. I would have been happy to pay for this additional part, and that was before I really realized that I had been the one who broke it. I didn't realize that I couldn't bring that out. After I kind of stripped this out and damaged the threads and the little hex head, I thought to myself, you know, I wonder if that was only designed to come out the bottom. And with this new piece, I've been very easy to prove to myself that that is indeed the case. So XS Big Dot Sights, from the moment they knew I had the problem, it took them 3.5 days, and I actually called them, so 3.5 days ago, it was in the afternoon. So they've only had 3 days to process this and get this to me. And I think that that is awesome. I have really enjoyed XS Big Dot Sights on my Glock 26 here. I have really liked those. I find that I shoot very accurately, and that I'm able to see my front sight much faster as I move and shoot, and as stress, the physiological effects of stress on my body take place, I'm able to see this front sight post and the rear sight actually better than I do standard notch and post sights. So I really like XS Big Dot Sights. I'm very happy with their customer service, and I cannot wait to get them fully installed here on my M&P Shield in 9mm. Guys, if you're thinking about putting some aftermarket iron sights on your firearms, on a defensive pistol, or even some rifles, I've got some of those here, I got a couple, I would definitely recommend XS Big Dot Sights. Here is my Marlin 336. This is actually the youth edition. But you can see here I've got XS big dot sights on the front there, and their peep running here on the back of this rifle, and their scope rail, which is awesome. Awesome. And I managed to actually break a portion of the hardware which XS Big Dot Sight sends with this system. I actually damaged it trying to install it, and that I actually paid for because XS Big Dot Sight I did make them aware that I had broken it. I didn't realize that I had damaged the sight for the M&P Shield. And they got me great customer service, got me that part back. It ended up being like $12 with shipping. So you can see there's some XS Big Dot sights on that rifle. And then I've got an XS Big Dot sight rail here on a Marlin 30. Run that here in front of you. So there's this Scout rail, okay? And so I've been very happy with XS Big Dot sight stuff, their products. I've been very, very impressed with their customer service, and I would just recommend them to you. I think they're a great company, and they're going to take care of you if you have problems. What I just want to emphasize is, again, is in both cases, with this Marlin, where I had problems with XS Big Dot Sight's hardware that I damaged, I broke it trying to install it, and that was my fault. And in this problem here that I've encountered with the M&P, with its rear sight from an M&P Shield, I'm the person who damaged XS Big Dot's parts. Nothing was broken, nothing was wrong with the way XS Big Dot sight was doing things. Okay, so I would recommend them. I would highly recommend them to you if you are looking for aftermarket sights for your rifle, for your pistol. I personally choose XS Big Dot sights because I think that they are great sights and that they help me as a human being overcome the physiological effects of stress in a situation, whether I'm shooting steel targets in a competition with my friends or whether I'm defending my life, which I hope I never have to do. I think XS Big Dot sights are the way to go. Thank you very much for your views and your subscriptions. This is the Gear Tester signing off. So I recently purchased a M&P Shield, and I wanted to install XS Big Dot sights on it. And one of the reasons I purchased this shield was the same firearm store, the same gun store that had this M&P also had the XS Big Dot sights for it in stock. So I just grabbed them both together. They gave me them at a good price, and I came home and started to install them. But I managed to damage the rear sight on the XS Big Dot sights. Now you're not going to be able to see it, but I stripped out the screw, or I got the screw lodged there in the back of this XS Big Dot sight. And so